Okay. Yeah. So welcome back, everybody. Good to see you all. Yeah, this is our new meeting time. Today might not be the best example because it's Easter break, but hopefully we get like more people in the up and coming weeks. Yeah. So today we're gonna be working on the cover brief. It's like gonna be a very useful thing. And sorry if I'm a little hoarse, by the way. I got sick again, which kind of sucks, but whatever. But anyways, yeah. No, we're gonna be working on the cover brief, which is really important for helping us design our covers. I actually just went through the process with Brian last week. It's kind of a cool experience. So I'll just turn it over to Brian if you want to start walking through it.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Carson. So in terms of this one, I'll share my screen in a brief second, but I want to be like very, very clear, very explicit on this one. Is the way you'll get your book cover designed is you'll work with my team of cover designers on this one. And the way in which you'll actually do it and actually start that collaboration is you'll work on this cover brief. And this cover brief is how you will clearly explain your vision for your book cover to the cover designer you work with. They'll then use this brief as you create it. They'll come up with 3 to 4 cover directions for you to choose from, and then you'll select one. Hopefully, I've done a great job in selecting a great designer. You find the decision so hard because they're all so great. You select your cover, then you iterate on it if you have any changes you want to make, and then from there we finalize your cover and we're dancing. So in terms of that one, it's really important to be clear and explicit in your language, which is why next week it's going to be about really just sitting down with me one-on-one to talk through your cover brief, be clear on your vision. So that way, when I work with your cover designer to get those initial directions, you have an advocate on your side that can say, yep, that's exactly what Carson's vision is. So in terms of this one, we have a cover brief document here called Cover Brief July 2019. If anybody doesn't already have a copy of this document in their folder, please go ahead to this document now, create a copy of it, so that way you can actually have it. And then when you create that copy, put it in your manuscript of book folder. I want to give a quick second. Does everybody have a copy of it in their folder? Speak up now if you don't. Cool. So the first thing I want everyone to do is I want everyone to put at the top of their brief their author name, their current title, and their current subtitle. That's the first big pieces. Obviously, they might change, but at least for the sake of your cover designer, so they have those, put them in. And then I'll give it like a quick minute here for people to do that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Everybody good on that? Need another minute, another second? Cool. Awesome. Now, the next big piece of this one, this top of the brief here, is your author bio and your book description. At the end of the day, these two things that you're going to put in here are not, I repeat, are not final. These are simply just a way for you to informally convey to the designer who you are, what you're about, and what your book is. Because ultimately, the more information you give them about who you are and what your book is, the better they can understand you, your voice, your style, your tone. So that way, when they create your initial cover directions, they have an idea of who you are, so they can establish that relationship with you nicely. And so everyone take like 5 minutes here to put down a little bit about yourself and then a little bit about your book. how are people doing on creating an informal about yourself and an informal about your book? Anybody?
Anyone? Yeah.
Anybody need to take the time because these first parts here to have clarity and specificity on these ones make a huge world of difference. Was everyone good? Like, does everyone have it filled out? Like, speak up now if you don't.
No, my
What were you gonna say, Julia?
my computer's kind of like heating up like crazy, but I'm gonna pull it up in a second.
Okay. Good. Okay. I'm gonna slowly move on here to the next one. So eventually you'll have like a better author photo to go off of for your book, or like your Amazon author page for people to like see your lovely face and who you are. But for now, please put in like your Facebook profile picture, your LinkedIn profile picture, a photo of yourself. So that way, not only can the designer know, what your book is, a little bit about who you are, but they can actually see who they're going to be working with. Because eventually, you're going to meet them, and the more they know about you, the better it is they can work with you. So it doesn't have to be anything amazing. Probably not you like taking shots, and drinking, with your best friends. Probably it's like just of you, so people can see your lovely face. But go in and put in a photo for that one. And I'll give you all a minute to do that one. Because finding the right photo for some people matters, and I can respect that. Does everyone have a lovely photo of themselves? You have a photo, Carson?
Yeah, it was my freshman year build photo, actually. Sophomore one wasn't as good.
Slipping back, sophomore slump. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Get together. Does everybody else have a photo, though? Speak up now if you don't. Okay. The next part here, and the reason I'm going to be a little hands-on on this one now, before I hand it off to Carson and duck out here, is because the more clear you are about what you want in the early stages here, the easier it is to explain things in more tactical terms later. This next part here is all about explaining the vision you have for your book. And we'll actually, on our cover coaching call next week, dive in on this piece specifically, so I'm clear and can understand, and make sure we're clear and we understand together what it is you actually want. The first question I want to ask you is, if you had a physical copy of your book in your hands right now, how do you envision it to look? How do you envision this book to look? Take that however you mean, but put down how you envision it. 2 to 3 bullet points, specific as you want it to be, a clear vision of how you envision it. Great. If you don't, that's totally good too. Just put something down so you have a good starting off point.
What does that mean? How, like, what it looks like?
Yeah.
What it looks like? Okay.
Yeah. But for some people, it might mean more generically how they envision it. Like they envision a clear cover, a clean cover, a simple cover,
Yeah.
cover, a badass cover.
Yeah, mine was pretty abstract. Like I didn't have a specific like thing, but and that's like what the coaching's for, I guess, the cover coaching.
Yeah, and that's why if you know exactly how you want to look, awesome. And if you don't, totally good too. And now the next one is, how does it feel? Like, what does it feel like to you? Like, do you feel like a certain emotion or want to have a certain emotion when you feel it? Like happiness, excitement, confusion, because maybe you don't want your cover to be that clear. Maybe you want something more clever. I don't know. But what does your cover feel like to you? And again, that's a somewhat vague of a question for you to take and interpret as you will. But how does it feel to you? Carson, what did you put down for how does it feel?
I said it feels like a golden ticket, makes you energetic.
Nice. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And we'll dive in more deep next week, what exactly that means, like as we dive in deeper with, as I did with Carson before. But just to give you a jumping off point.
Yeah.
And then the last one is, do you like have like a specific idea of like the type of cover it is? Like, is it a text only cover? Is there an image on the cover? You know, is it illustrated? Like, what type of a cover does it look like to you? And maybe if you're unsure of like what, you know, an illustrated cover is, or like an image-based cover is, hopefully those are transparent to you. You can at the very least say like a cover you want to emulate. Like you want your cover to look like Originals by Adam Grant. For example, I wanted an image-based cover, like a central image-based cover, like Adam Grant. Perfectly simple, clear way to say that. It doesn't have to be overly complicated, but what type of cover is it? And then the next big question that I'll ask before I jump off here and hand it over to Carson to share his screen and walk through it the rest of the brief series. What is the audience demographic of your book? And another way to think of this question is, who would love this book? If you remember back to your recording sessions from not too long ago, who would love this book? What are the types of people? What are those demographics? And I'll let you share your screen, Carson.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, just going down the rest of the cover brief, Ryan.
Yeah. So, give people just another second to fill out their demographic piece, how they envision it, how they feel it, what it looks like, those pieces, and then just take people through searching for potential images or things of inspiration, and then walking through each step. This hour right here is super tactical for a reason, because the more you invest in on this hour right here, the better our conversation next week is going to be. Because the more clear you are on what you want, the more I have to play with. And I can't tell you how your cover is going to become amazing, but I can tell you that it will be. And I can't tell you when in the conversation there will be an aha moment that we both have and we're like, oh my gosh, but it does happen. Carson can attest to it too.
For sure. All right, cool. Yeah. Well, that's the audience demographic. Hopefully you had that one pretty quick. The next is so you want to find like 5 images that you could use for like inspiration for your cover, right? Like not necessarily like other covers. We already have that cover preferences exercise, but instead like basically good pictures you could base it off. So for example, I really liked the first 2, Unsplash and Flickr. I didn't really check out the other ones, but these are just basically like sites you can get free images from. So like a stock photo. And so some imagery I really wanted to use was gold. So I just like looked up gold and just saw they had like a ton of cool options for like gold stuff. And I really like this picture. I think I actually use this as one of my ideas for Brian. And yeah, so pretty simple. They have a great selection of photos. What you want to do is copy the link address or image address and put it right in here. Oh, I guess I didn't do all. I thought I did all 5. Swear I did. Oh well. But yeah, you want to do 5 that are inspiration for you. Here, I'll keep doing it with you guys too. So take another like 10, 15 minutes, and we'll do that because that'll take a little bit.
Well, I'll catch y'all later because I got to duck out here. But enjoy making the rest of your cover briefs, and I look forward to chatting next week on covers. Fun stuff.
See you, Brian. All right. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it'll take like 5 more minutes or so, 5 or 6, and look at some images you want to use as inspiration. All right, a few more minutes. So I think it's probably plenty of time. If you guys need more, let me know. All right, that's probably enough time. Everyone good? Okay, yeah, I'll move on. All right, so next we want to do. Do you remember how last week we made those basically those cover concepts? If you didn't watch the session, I hope you all did. But basically, in either Keynote or PowerPoint, we basically made these like cover concepts based on like covers we came in with. Like that was what last week's session's work was about. And basically, what you have to do is just copy and paste that straight in there. So like you can see, this is copy and pasted from right or wherever. Yeah. So like do that and then describe like what the cover looks like literally. It's gonna be like 2 paragraphs. There's instructions in the template, color scheme, font type, and central image. You have to do 2 of them at least. And then the rest, and then I chose to do a third one, but you don't have to. But the more the better, obviously. The idea of this is like these aren't necessarily what they're based on, but they can give like ideas for your cover designer. Like I don't think my cover is going to be literally based on this, but like the idea is probably going to be there. So yeah, we're going to spend probably the rest of the session doing this. Let me know if you guys have any questions or anything. Like this takes a little bit of time, especially. I hope you all watched the session and did it, but if you didn't, now's the time to do it. So yeah, and then also don't forget this blurb up here. What book cover are you emulating or stealing from? Yeah, write two specific paragraphs of what it looks like, color scheme, font type, central images. Yeah. Any questions? And pretty straightforward, but this is like the most important part, to be honest. Like this is what it's led up to be. So yeah, so we're gonna take time to do that. Let me know if you have any questions or want to bounce any ideas or something. mean, yeah, guys, like once you get these two things done, like, I mean, you're pretty much set for your book chat, your cover chat with Brian next week. And when that happens, then like we start getting our covers. That's going to be really exciting. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, make sure you put in some good effort into this. And let me know if you have any questions. Sierra, were those your parents in the back? So I'm looking over your shoulder.
Yes.
I get it. My parents are like that too. They're like, "Oh, you're working on your book? I want to see."
Yeah. I was like asking them what the type of book cover, because it's not an illustration or an image. So I was like, what do you call this? And they were like, I have no idea.
Yeah, gotcha. Let's go till like 9:50, I guess, or 9:45, something like that. Make sure you get both of these in and really think about your answers.
Hey Carson, I actually have to leave in a couple seconds.
Okay.
So the only task is just to finish this by tonight.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, finish it as soon as you can.
Okay, perfect. I'll have it done. Thank you so much.
Yeah, cool. See you, Nico. I can actually wrap it up a little early if you guys want. Do you think you have enough time? Did you do both of these? Sierra and Allie?
Oh yeah, I didn't make mine because what I want to do, the covers I want to like replicate, I have no idea how to do that, and I sent it to Brian, and he said he was gonna try. So I have
I
no
gotcha.
idea. So I'm just like describing them.
Yeah, that works too. That's great. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I know I'm not an artist either. I mean, these are just stock photos, but yeah, it's completely fine.
Okay.
Are you good, Allie, or do you need a few more minutes?
Yeah, I'm good. I have, yeah, the cover exercise that I did. I think I'm just gonna go through and like look through more of the pictures on Unsplash and stuff later to see if I can find any better ones. But yeah, I have things to work with.
Okay, cool. Yeah, make sure you both of you get this. I mean, these concepts done as quick as you can for sure, because it's pretty important. And for you, Sierra, I mean, maybe not the picture, but definitely the concept at least, like the describing it.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks for showing up to the meeting. I know it's Easter break; it's not ideal, but this is really important because everyone else is going to be harassed to do this all week. So good thing you guys got it done. So yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions for me or anything?
No, I think that's it.
All right, cool. All right, well, you guys have a great rest of your Easter break, and we'll see you next week. Talk to you
Okay.
later.
Feel better.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks. Bye.